some of the best guards and forwards in the NBA just seem to have that ability that no matter who's in the paint, they're going to finish at a high rate. And some guys just throw up anything and wonder why they missed. We don't want to be that guy. So with this video, I'm going to go over all the moves you have in your arsenal to finish above the Giants, when to use them, and the best type of players to use them with to make sure you don't end up on SportsCenter's not top 10. All right, let's get it. First move we're going to go over is the normal layup. To perform a basic layup while driving, you hold the right stick to the left or right of the hoop if you're driving from the middle, or straight towards it if you're coming from the sides. It's important to remember to lay off the sprint button before you attempt any layup, or else your player will attempt to dunk it. And if you're playing with Isaiah Thomas, that might not end too well. In these clips, I'm not even holding a sprint to drive, just jogging. Picking which side you finish on obviously has the benefits of protecting the ball better from a defender trying to block your shot into the fifth row. If the defender is coming from the right, you lay up left. And if he's coming from the left, you lay up right. The basic gist of it. Like on this play, you see there were two defenders on the left waiting, and even though I'm on the left also, I aim for the right side where no defenders are, and CP3's contact layup, which I'll go over shortly, took over the rest. Or this play with Dennis Smith, the user defenders on the right, waiting to smack my shot into the backcourt, and simply attempting to lay it up with the left gets me free room for the shot. Next is the Euro step layup. And there are two ways to perform this. The first is by double tapping square or X if you're on the Xbox, while aiming the left stick towards your off ball hand. And the other and easier way is to aim the right stick away from the hoop and towards your off ball hand. So down and to the left or right, whichever side you don't have the ball in at the moment, and it'll perform a Euro. This is a great counter if your path for a left or right layup is blocked by a defender. So you pull this out to take one step towards the hoop, making your defender think you're about to put it up, maybe getting them to jump early, then come back the other way to finish. Manu Ginobili, Wade are famous for this move and made defenders look silly at times. Like on this play, the user defender anticipates a drive towards the middle, but watch what the Euro step does to him and how far out of position he ultimately ends up being. Or this play with Dame on Kemba. Of course I don't think he's going to block it, but he's in my way, so a smooth Euro the other way erases him out of the picture. And it's a beauty to pull off when the defender is stuck in the blow-by animation as well. Next is the Cradle Layer. Similar to the Euro, there are two ways to do this. First is double tapping square or X while aiming the left stick this time towards your ball hand. And the other and easier way is to aim the right stick away from the hoop and towards the hand the ball is in. So down and to the left or right of whichever hand you're dribbling with. This is the LeBron layup where he just bull rushes towards the paint. Its strength is you get maximum protection on the ball because of how you're holding it, like a running back. And the harder angle for the defenders to block the shot since you have it so close to your chest before you ultimately put the shot up. And it can really throw off the timing of a potential shot blocker by how long it takes to put up, as you can see it in these two clips. Next is the reverse layup. You can only do this when you're driving baseline, and to pull this off you aim the right stick towards the baseline. Why this works is because when you drive, whoever is defending the basket thinks, alright, it's on, so they try to anticipate the shot. So once you begin your move or animation, more times than not, they'll jump as soon as you do. But to block it on the other side, you have to wait a bit longer before you jump to meet them. So you can see the cat and mouse game with the defender that's at play here. If he thinks it's the reverse, he'll wait a bit, but is exposed if you keep the shot on the same side. Or if he's too eager and blocks your shot, you can expose him with the reverse. Like check this clip with the GOAT Dennis Smith. Dude is using Porzingis and you know he's thinking I'm about to block this, and you can tell. As soon as I start my animation, so does he. But I finish on the other side and leave him smacking there. I got this dude a lot with this move, getting candid with the same move a couple of times actually. You definitely want this in your arsenal. Next is the floater / runner. To perform either, you hold R2 or RT on your controller and aim the right stick away from the hoop. So driving from the middle, aim down, and if you're coming from the sides, aim towards the left or right. This is another way for little dudes to eat in the paint and avoid getting their shot blocked. Tony Parker, if you remember, was a beast at this in his prime. You want to pull these off right around the free throw line and a little bit inside. The purpose is to put such a high arc on the shot it cancels out the advantage defenders who are almost a foot taller than you possess. Like you can see here, there's no reason Porzingis shouldn't have blocked his shot until you peep the arc Smith put on it, purposely going over the 17-footer. With Lillard, this really shows off the speed of it, as well as Dwight really didn't know what to do. Next is the two-hand dunk. To perform a two-hand dunk, you hold RT or R2 if you're on the Xbox and aim the right stick towards the hoop. The least flashy of the types of dunks you can do, unless you're Victor Oladipo apparently. Now for the dominant or offhand dunk. To achieve these, you hold R2 or RT on your controller and aim the right stick to the left or right, and that will determine if you dunk with your left or right hand. You see here, Gortat really wanted that action, but LeBron decided to dunk with the left, keeping the ball away from his block attempt, and Gortat ends up on SportsCenter as a result. Or this Dennis Smith clip. I'm sort of in traffic, but the path is to my right, so I decided to dunk with my right, keeping it away from Porzingis. Now for the flashy dunk. Again, you hold R2 or RT and pull the right stick away from the basket, and your player will pull off his best dunk contest dunks. It's obviously best used on fast breaks unless you're using a really great dunker. Now for the pump fakes. To pump fake in the paint while driving, you tap square or quickly flick the right stick in any direction. This is another way to get aggressive defenders in the air, and you can pull off a nice up and under that way if you hit the shoot button after you pump fake within a certain amount of time to string them together. And lastly is how to change your shot in the air. If you attempt any of the moves I went over and the defense still is about to block or at least contest your shot, have no fear. You can disrupt the defender's timing by changing your shot in the midair. And you do that simply by flicking the right stick in any direction. Use this as a last-ditch effort. And if you want to posterize a defender, it's important to know what it takes to consistently pull it off. And with a big help from the guys over at 2klab.com, we got y'all. Guys with Hall of Fame posterizer were able to dunk 62.5% of the time. And just for reference, the other portion is those that convert into contested layups. Gold posterizers converted 56.5, silver 52, bronze 46.6, and if you don't have a posterizer badge with your player, your odds drop to 40%. And contested layups were also tested. If your player has a Hall of Fame relentless finisher badge, he'll make the shot 71.5% of the time. If gold, 64%, silver 57, bronze 53.3, and if he doesn't have any, you might as well not try it at all, because your chance of making it drops all the way down to 36. So with these numbers, hope your efficiency is improved as well. So that's it, people. Hope this video can help you guys out and improve your driving game. And you now have a game plan depending on what the defender is doing as to how you're going to finish at the hoop and do so efficiently. And stay tuned here at Sports Gamers Online for more NBA 2K18 content. So subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss anything we put out. And stick around to the end of the video for more in-game footage of me using all the moves online. And check out our dribbling tutorial if you haven't to help you get to the point of worrying about finishing in the lane. Alright people, I'm Chris here at Sports Gamers Online. Thank you all for watching and be good, y'all.
heat of battle sometimes.
Something affected him on that shot. What's the defense?
Looking to end his cold spell.